art of living. De kunst van het leven. Een spirituele beweging die voorop stelt dat de ademhaling de basis is van je stemmingen, van je bewustzijn. Met als oprichter en leermeester, zeg maar guru, Sri Ravi Shankar. Een man uit India, een man uit een traditie, een man die zelf ook leerling is geweest bij Maharishi Mahesh Yogi. Iemand die een achtergrond heeft in de Ayurvedische geneeskunde, in de Vedische fysica. En een man die nu al vele jaren de wereld rondtrekt om zijn boodschap te verkondigen. Een boodschap die bestaat uit ademhalingstechnieken, Vedische wijsheden, maar vooral ook veel plezier. En we gaan eens kijken in Nunspeet waar de mensen van Art of Living bijeen waren. Zingen, volgens Sri Ravi Shankar, door zijn volgelingen Guruji genoemd wordt. Een soort liefkozende titel, mijn guru. Volgens Ravi Shankar is zingen een hele goede manier om je ademhaling te reguleren. Maar hij heeft nog veel meer op zijn programma staan. Via traditionele yoga-asanas, dat zijn houdingen en oefeningen, strekoefeningen, ook ademhalingsoefeningen, aangevuld met Kriya Yoga, een speciale ademhalingsyoga, leert hij mensen om die ademhaling te gebruiken om hun lichaam in balans te brengen, om hun geest tot rust te brengen en zich gelukkiger te voelen. We gaan verderop in dit programma praten met Sri Ravi Shankar, maar we gaan eerst eens kijken hoe zijn volgelingen het allemaal beleven en wat in zo'n avond door Ravi Shankar gezegd wordt. Zijn verhaal is in het Engels met een vertaling in het Nederlands, maar de liederen komen uit het Sanskriet, bhajans. Traditionele liederen die, zoals u ziet, ook bij de mensen in Nederland heel erg aanslaan. Een van de meditatietechnieken is lachen. Als groep samen lachen. Dat vindt Ravi Shankar een goede manier om je los te maken. Om ook je ademhaling in balans te brengen. Lach er maar op los.
You should not stop. If you continuously go on, and you'll catch on with others. Fake it till you make it.
Doe maar alsof totdat het vanzelf komt.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. And they don't have any shyness or inhibition.
En ze zijn niet verlegen en niet geremd.
And for them everything is a play.
Voor hen is alles een spel.
So we also need to look at life from a very different light.
Wij moeten ook naar het leven kijken. Zo'n ander licht.
Life, how we look at life, not too serious, just like a play.
Alsof het een spel is.
Then you will see problems disappear.
Dan zie je dat problemen vanzelf verdwijnen.
Solution is the tail of a problem.
De oplossing is de staart van het probleem.
Every problem has this tail called solution.
Ieder probleem heeft het staartje wat oplossing heet.
See, they feel at home everywhere.
Zie je, ze voelen zich overal thuis.
So natural.
Zo natuurlijk.
So natural. This is the essence of all teachings in the world. Is what? Be like a child from inside and yet wise.
Van alle leerlingen. Wees als een kind van binnen en toch wijs.
Do not judge people.
Beoordeel mensen niet.
Whatever you are, that's what everybody is.
Wat jij bent, dat zijn allemaal.
The more subtle we go, we find there is only one thing, one spirit.
Hoe subtieler we worden, hoe meer we erachter komen dat we maar één wezen zijn, één spirit.
Like bodies are separate. When you get into level of breath, can you say this is my breath, that is your breath?
De lichamen zijn apart, maar op
The breath that goes in this body goes in that body. That
kun je niet meer zeggen
the
van
same
dit is mijn
air.
adem en jouw adem. De adem gaat in ieder lichaam.
Subtler than the air, you go,
Subtieler dan
that
de
is
lucht,
mind.
dan de lucht is de geest.
And subtler than that is the spirit.
En
And our
subtieler dan dat
spirit
is de
is
spirit.
made up of love.
En de spirit bestaat uit liefde.
See life from a big context.
Zie leven vanuit een grote invalshoek.
You'll see, you'll stop worrying.
En hou je vanzelf op met je zorgen maken.
Vast universe, endless
Het
universe.
universum is diep en oneindig.
So big.
Zo groot.
Infinite time, millions of years have passed.
Miljoenen jaren zijn er al voorbij.
Life has been there since millions of years.
Het leven is hier al miljoenen jaren.
It'll continue to be there.
En het zal doorgaan.
What's your life after all? A drop in the ocean,
Wat is je leven? Een druppel in de oceaan.
isn't it?
Niet waar?
So when you look at life, oh,
Dus
this
als je naar het
life.
leven kijkt, dit leven.
So 40, 80, 90 years, 100
Wat is
years,
het?
nothing.
80,
on this
90, 100
planet.
jaar. Niks.
So as long as we live in this planet, how we should live,
Zolang als we hier zijn, hoe moeten we dan leven?
that will, can think, how do I want to spend this year,
Hoe wil ik
2000?
deze tijd, dit jaar
This
2000
smile.
doorbrengen?
Or just worrying for this little thing,
Wil ik me
no,
zorgen
that
maken om
will.
onze kleine dingen?
No, worrying only takes away our energy.
Ons zorgen maken neemt onze energie
Nothing
weg.
we can achieve. Take every day, every moment as it comes.
Neem ieder moment zoals het komt.
And see what you can do to the society
Kijk
that
wat je
you are.
kunt bijdragen aan de maatschappij waar je in
What I can contribute to my society, my neighborhood, people
bijdragen aan
around
mijn
me.
buurt, de mensen om me heen, de maatschappij.
And laughing, smiling, serving.
Glimlach. Wees
And
dankbaar.
own all the wisdom in the world as part of you.
En beschouw alle wijsheid in de wereld als een onderdeel van jezelf.
So all this problem in the world is because people small-mindedness. Only this belongs to me. Only
Zijn
this
er veel
belongs.
mensen een kleine mind op nahouden. Alleen dit is
Isn't it
voor
so?
mij.
Yeah?
Niet waar?
The name of religion, name of race, ethnic
Religie,
differences. People fight
etnische
over
verschillen, slechte
destruction.
mensen vernietigen ze elkaar.
See so much enthusiasm.
Zoveel enthousiasme.
Come here, look, 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 look.
Kom hier, jongetje.
Let's Let's see what is in this
Laten we
packet.
kijken wat hierin zit.
Voor jou, papa. Dat is te cool.
I'm the king. These days kings have no power.
En deze dagen hebben koningen geen macht.
Kings are all just figureheads. Sometimes they are more miserable. They can't smile.
Koningen hebben het vaak slecht, die kunnen niet
They
lachen.
can't mix with the people, become one with
Ze
everybody.
kunnen niet onder de mensen mengen.
You are made up of a substance called
Je bestaat uit
love.
een
Deep inside you. You are full of love.
diep
Because of
binnen
stress
wezen van
and
liefde.
tension, we are unable to
Vanwege
feel it,
stress en
experience
spanning
it, and express it in our life.
zijn we niet in staat om het te voelen en het te uitdrukken.
Can you tell us about enlightenment?
Kunt u ons vertellen over verlichting?
Your course on breathing is a way to become aware of ourselves, our true self, as your teachers tell. Is this the way to enlightenment, or do we fake it till we make it?
Is de cursus de weg naar verlichting? Of doen we alsof? Tot we het bereikt hebben.
You know, when you meditate, when you do
Weet je,
breathing,
wanneer
what do you
je
feel?
mediteert,
You
wanneer
know
je
that
ademt,
you're not just the body,
dan voel je dat je
you are the
alleen het lichaam
energy
bent.
in the body.
Je bent de energie in het lichaam.
Right? Just like the candle and the
Net
wick,
zoals de
of the
kaars
candle and the
en de
flame.
lont. En
The flame
vlam.
is the life force, the wick is the
vlam
body.
is de levenskracht.
Our
De
body
lont is het
is
lichaam.
holding the consciousness energy.
En het lichaam houdt het
What
bewustzijn.
is this consciousness? Experiencing it, reliving it. No?
Ervaar wat het bewustzijn
That
is.
is living that unconditional love, isn't it?
Onvoorwaardelijke liefde leven, dat is verlichting.
Usually we think we are somebody. I think I am
Normaal
somebody.
denken we dat we iemand zijn.
You know?
Ik ben iemand.
Enlightenment has two
Verlichting
steps. One is from being
heeft
somebody
twee
to
stappen.
becoming nobody.
Van
Becoming like a child. From
iemand
nobody
zijn
to
naar niemand zijn.
everybody.
Van niemand
You're part
zijn
of it.
naar
Oh, you all
iedereen
know
zijn.
the knowledge.
Jullie weten het allemaal al.
That experience of truth is so
Die ervaring
strong
van de
that
waarheid
nothing can refute it.
Is zo sterk.
It's like a
Dat niets
pain
het
in
kan
the leg.
ontkennen.
If you have a pain in the
Het is als
leg,
een pijn in je been.
the whole world tells you no, you don't have pain in the
En de
leg.
hele
Will you
wereld vertelt
agree?
dat je geen pijn in je been hebt.
Because it is so evident, so
Dan weet je
clear.
dat het niet zo is, want het is zo
Your
voor de hand
personal
liggend.
experience.
Het is je eigen ervaring.
Like that when you say, I'm not just this body,
En wanneer je ziet, ik ben meer dan dit lichaam.
that soul, that light, that
Ik ben die ziel, dat licht,
love which engulfs
liefde.
the whole universe.
dat het hele universum doordringt.
Very good. So you go through all these questions.
Zullen we door al deze vragen heen gaan?
You know what is the purpose of question?
Weet je wat het doel van vragen is?
What is the purpose of asking a question?
Wat is het doel
To
van
get an answer.
van een
What
vraag
does an
stellen?
answer do to you?
Een antwoord krijgen. Wat doet een antwoord? Het antwoord roept meer vragen
If
op.
an answer raises more question, is it an answer?
Als een antwoord meer vragen oproept, is het dan een antwoord?
No, what does an answer do?
Wat doet een antwoord?
It creates a yes in your mind. You say,
Het creëert een ja in je mind,
Ah,
in je
yes.
geest. Aha, ja.
right? If I answer and you listen
Als
to
ik
the answer, you say
antwoord,
no, that means is
En
it
je
an
luistert
answer?
naar het antwoord en je zegt nee van binnen. Is het dan een antwoord?
If an answer creates a no in your mind, then
Als
is it an
antwoord
answer?
een nee creëert in je geest,
No.
is het dan een antwoord?
So answer what
Nee.
it should create?
Wat moet een antwoord creëren dan? Een ja.
Now you ask me what is on your
Dan
right
vraag je
side.
me, wat
I
is aan
say
je
garland.
rechterkant? Dan zeg ik garland.
This is an answer. What you say? Yes.
Wat zeg je dan? Ja.
So all answers create only one thing in the mind, that is,
Dus alle antwoorden creëren maar één ding in de mind en dat is ja.
if an answer doesn't create a
Als
yes,
een
it is not an
antwoord
answer.
geen ja creëert, dan is het geen antwoord.
Yes state of
Ja.
mind is a whole mind, where your mind is complete.
Als je in die staat bent,
That
dan is
state
je
of mind
mind
is
complete.
yes mind.
Dan ben je in de ja staat van je mind.
So when you are happy, you are in a yes state of mind.
Als je gelukkig bent, dan ben je ook in een
When
ja
you are
staat.
miserable, you are in a
Als je je
No,
miserabel
no,
voelt,
no,
dan ben je in een nee staat.
you're already in a yes state of mind. What is the point of question?
Jullie zijn al in een ja staat, dus waarom zouden we de vragen beantwoorden?
Why is pure love difficult to sincerely share and be understood as unconditional love?
Waarom is ware liefde moeilijk om te delen als onvoorwaardelijke liefde? En als onvoorwaardelijke liefde te ervaren?
Don't worry. If
Maak
some
je geen
people
zorgen.
misunderstand love, later on
Als
they'll
sommige
understand.
mensen het niet begrijpen, laten ze
There's
het
a
wel
saying,
begrijpen. Dus
says the truth always wins, trumps. No? Truth
de
always
waarheid
trumps.
wint
So if
altijd.
people don't understand your pure love,
Dus
never
als
mind.
mensen jouw pure
Time
liefde niet ervaren,
again, they will do
niet
it.
begrijpen,
Have
met de
patience.
tijd zal het gebeuren. Heb geduld.
Want one more flower. Good ma.
Mama, kijk eens. Kijk de koning. Ja.
How can you discover what your life work is in this life? Hoe kan je erachter komen wat je levenswerk is in dit leven?
When you feel complete,
Als je je tevreden en
Satisfied.
compleet voelt.
it'll become obvious.
Dan wordt het duidelijk.
Tell us please, who created the world?
Wie heeft de wereld geschapen?
Huh? We'll shoot him.
We gaan hem aanklagen.
You know, okay, I'll tell you a story.
Ik zal je een verhaaltje vertellen.
God created this world and he disappeared.
Deze wereld geschapen en toen ging hij er vandoor.
Because he was afraid people
Want
may
hij was bang dat mensen
make lawsuits against him.
hem zouden aanklagen.
See, you have two eyes,
Weet je, je
they
hebt
do
twee
only one
ogen.
job. They look.
Die hebben maar één
2 ears
job. Om
and
te
you only
kijken.
hear. They do
Twee-
only one act, hearing.
2 oren. En die doen maar één ding. horen.
Nostrils,
Neusvleugels.
2 holes in the nostrils, but they
Nee,
only
2
breathe.
neusgaten. En die ademen.
Right? Breathe, of course, they do smell also.
Want ze ruiken ook.
And then mouth is only
En
one,
de
but they
mond
do 2
is
jobs.
Eén mond en die hebben 2 werken.
Talk and
Praten en
eat.
eten.
This is injustice, you know.
Dat is door onterecht.
Overload of work on one thing.
Eén ding wordt overladen met werk.
This is so totally injustice.
Totaal onterecht. Onrechtvaardig.
So God, what did he?
Dus wat deed God?
Disappeared.
Hij verdween.
He went hiding.
Hij ging zich verstoppen.
What, one more orange?
Wil je nog een mandarijntje?
So God, what he did?
Dus wat deed God?
He wanted to hide.
Hij wilde zich verstoppen.
Where I should go and hide.
Waar moet ik naartoe om me te
He
verstoppen?
found a wise man.
En hij
He
vond een wijze
whispered
man.
something in the ear of God.
En die
Because
vertelde
wherever
dat
God would go,
toe.
man would find out. Even if he goes to moon,
Want
man
God was
would
bang van,
find
oh,
out.
ze komen er toch wel achter. Ook al ga ik naar de maan.
So he said, where I should go.
Dus de wijze man
The
zei,
wise man whispered in the ear of God,
in Gods oor,
go and hide in one place that
ga
man
je
never
op
goes.
één plaats verbergen waar mensen nooit
That
naartoe
is
gaan.
go and hide in the heart of man. He goes
Ga je
everywhere out. He
verbergen in
doesn't
het
go
hart
into his
van
heart.
mensen. De mensen gaan overal heen, behalve naar hun eigen hart.
So since that day God
Dus
is
sinds die
hiding
dag
in the heart of man,
Verbergt God zich in het hart van de mensen.
humans. There's only a few, one or here, one or
Maar één of
two,
twee mensen,
somewhere would go
een
into
paar
his heart, would
kijken in
meditate,
hun
would
hart.
go deep.
Mediteren, gaan diep.
That everyone is busy engaged outside
Maar de meeste
in
mensen zijn
your
druk
creation.
en bezig met dingen buiten zichzelf.
No? But when someone goes in,
Maar als
he
iemand
loses
naar
all the
binnen gaat,
complaints. Then
dan
you are
verdwijnen
very
alle
safe.
klachten.
Who created this world?
Wie heeft deze wereld geschapen?
For me to answer this, you have
mij
to
om
tell
dat
me
te
what is
beantwoorden.
first, chicken or egg.
Moet je me vertellen, wat was er eerst, de kip of
You
de
have to
ei?
answer me what is first, the tree or the
Wat was er
seed.
eerst?
Which came
De
first?
boom of het zaad?
Did the seed come first or the tree
Kwam het
first?
zaad eerst of kwam de boom eerst?
For me to answer this, you have
Om
to
dit te
tell
kunnen
me
antwoorden moet je me kunnen
where
vertellen.
does a sphere begin? A ball begins.
Waar begint dit? Waar begint een
Does it
bal?
begin here, 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 here? Where does it begin?
Waar begint een bal?
Huh? Where does it begin? Where does a sphere begin? You know, we have been thinking linear. We always
denken
think
allemaal
if something
lineair.
starts somewhere, something should
Dat
end
iets
somewhere.
begint, dat het ook moet eindigen.
The ancient rishis, they
De
always
oude
thought in a
rishis.
cyclic manner, spheres. They said everything is cycle.
Die zeiden dat alles cyclus was. Alles gaat in een cyclus.
In nature, everything is cycle.
In de
The water
natuur is
vapors
alles een
become cloud,
cyclus.
clouds become the
Water wordt een
river,
wolk. Wolk wordt weer een rivier.
and river becomes the cloud
En de
again.
rivier wordt
Now,
weer
which is the beginning?
de wolk. Wat is er het eerste?
Is the cloud the beginning or the
Is de
river the
wolk
beginning?
het begin of is de rivier?
No, it's
het
a
begin?
cycle.
Nee, het is een cyclus.
In the same way,
Op
the
dezelfde
universe
manier
is anadi, that's a
is het
beginningless,
universum zonder
ananta,
begin
endless.
en zonder einde.
The whole universe is cyclic.
Het hele universum
This is a
een cyclus.
spherical thinking. It's not to say, where does the sky end? Does the sky end
Je
anywhere?
kunt ook niet zeggen, eindigt de hemel
No.
ergens, de lucht ergens.
The universe is
Het universum
beginningless and
is zonder begin
endless,
en zonder
but
eind.
full of changes.
Vol verandering.
It goes on
Het
and
gaat
on in
door
a
en
cycle.
door en door. In een cyclische
And
manier.
that by which this universe
En
is
dat
made up
waar-
of,
Waar het universum uit
that is the
bestaat,
divine.
dat
That is
is
God.
God.
Like when a movie
Net
is
zoals
projected on a
een
screen,
film die op een doek wordt geprojecteerd.
all that figure in the movie is made up of one
Alle figuren
Light,
in de film
isn't
zijn
it?
opgemaakt, bestaan uit
one
licht.
light. That light itself
het
became
licht
all
zelf.
those heroes, heroines, whatever the movie.
En dat licht
car,
zijn de
everything.
helden en de
All
helden
that is what? Just one light.
Maar het is toch
In
één
the
licht.
same way,
Op
this
dezelfde
universe
manier
is
is
made up of
deze,
5 elements: earth,
dit universum uit 5
water,
elementen bestaat.
air,
Aarde, lucht,
fire,
water,
and ether.
vuur en ether.
That is Om Namah Shivaya.
Dat is
Namah
Om
Shivaya.
Namah
The 5
Shivaya.
letter indicates.
Namah Shivaya.
Namah Shivaya means earth,
5
water,
letters
air,
betekenen
ether, and
Aarde,
fire.
water, lucht
And our body is
Vuur.
made up of it.
en ether.
Plus
En ons
one
lichaam
sixth
bestaat
element.
daaruit. En het
That is
6e element,
life force.
dat is de levenskracht.
Today scientists also say this
De
is the
wetenschappers
truth.
van de dag vandaag zeggen ook dat dit waar is.
The subtlest of
Dat
this
het
creation,
subtiele
by which
van
everything
deze
has become like this,
Schepping, waardoor
on
alles
its own, and will again go
deze vorm
back to
gekregen
itself.
heeft en weer terugkomt naar zichzelf.
Now, there are 5 aspects to this. I
zijn
think it's in
5
one of the
aspecten.
knowledge sheet you might have heard this.
Misschien heb je er al van gehoord.
Asti, existence.
Asti, het bestaan.
This universe exists.
Het
You
universum
exist,
bestaat.
right?
Niet waar?
God exists.
God bestaat.
Existence.
Bestaan.
Bhati,
Bhati.
it shines.
Het schijnt.
Or its presence is felt.
De
It's
aanwezigheid
experienced.
wordt gevoeld, ervaren.
Priti, it is love.
Priti, love, liefde.
Nama, its name
Nama,
and rupa form.
naam en rupa, vorm.
The whole universe is made up of this.
Het hele
5.
universum.
3 is spirit. The existence, feeling, knowing it, and love. These 3 are the nature of consciousness, self. Name and form
Naam en vorm
is the nature of
zijn
matter.
de aard van materie.
Every matter has a form and a quality, isn't it? How
Iedere
is sugar
vorm heeft-
distinguished from salt? Both look same, white powder. the quality. The quality makes sugar and salt.
De kwaliteit van suiker en zout.
So
maakt
all
onderscheid.
the material world
Het
has
hele
name
materiële
and form. Means quality
leven
and
heeft naam en vorm.
shape.
Kwaliteit.
And consciousness has, your
Bewustzijn.
mind has it any
Je
shape?
mind, heeft het een vorm?
Does mind has any shape? Mind has any taste?
Heeft het een smaak?
Does mind have any smell?
Heeft het een geur?
The
Nee.
spirit has got three things.
De spirit heeft 3 dingen.
It exists.
Het bestaat.
For sure. Are
Dat
you
is
all
zeker.
sitting?
Zitten jullie allemaal?
Are you all sitting here?
Zijn jullie hier?
Yes? This is exist. You are existing?
Dat is het bestaan.
Are you
Je
existing
bestaat.
now?
Besta je nu?
Yes. This is existent. Bhati, you know you are existing,
Je
right?
weet dat je bestaat. Niet waar?
The basket also exists, but it doesn't know it is
Het mandje
existing.
bestaat ook. Alleen het weet niet dat het bestaat.
But you know this
Maar
is
jij weet
Bhati,
het.
experiencing it.
Je hebt die ervaring.
You put a flower on the basket. Will the basket know that there is a flower on the
doet
basket?
bloemen op het mandje.
Can it feel?
Weet het mandje dat?
Can a stone feel? No.
Kan een steen voelen? Nee.
But life feels it.
Maar het leven voelt
Asti,
het.
Bhati, third life is love.
En het derde is liefde.
Life is existence,
Het leven is bestaan,
awareness,
bewustzijn
and love.
en liefde.
This is the whole universe.
Dat is het hele universum.
You can go on and on. It's so
En je
beautiful.
kan
The
door en
deeper you
doorgaan.
go,
Hoe dieper je hierop
so
ingaat, het is zo goed.
right? So as long as our life on this planet,
Zolang als er leven is op deze planeet.
keep smiling and make others smile
Lach
around.
en maak anderen ook aan het lachen.
Always remember the divine is with you and you will be
Onthoud
helped.
dat God altijd bij
When
je
you
is.
need any help,
En dat je geholpen
there
wordt
will be a
wanneer je
divine
hem
help.
vraagt.
Jaya Guru Namah Shivaya. Jaya Guru Namah Shivaya. Jaya Guru Namah Dakshinamurti Guru Dakshinamurti Guru Om Guru Om Dakshinamurti Guru Om Guru Om Dakshinamurti Guru Om.
we are, Sri Sri Ravi Shankar. The art of living. The first question is, of course, how long have you lived?
I'm still living.
That's good, but what's your age?
Age?
How old are you?
What do you think? Guess.
I think you're in your mid-40s?
Early 40s.
Early 40s. Long time to go in this new millennium, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Does it mean anything for you, the fact that we now write 2000 instead of 1900?
Yeah, it is 2000.
It's different. One of the things that in previous interviews we haven't covered was your technique of working with the breath. Why is it so important?
Why breath is so important? Because without the breath you would be dead.
Without food we also would be dead, yeah?
Right, absolutely. But breath comes first, sleep next, food third.
Okay. Now, breath is, we breathe all the time, all people, until we die.
Right.
But you seem to give special significance to the way we breathe.
Right. Though we breathe all the time, we have not learned anything about our breath. Because breath has a lot of secrets to offer to us. Through breath you can harness your emotions. All the negative feelings that you may have. You can get rid of them in no time.
So you place special emphasis on the way we breathe. Does that mean that normal people don't breathe correctly?
People have different patterns of breath. What I am saying is, see, breath has a connection to your emotions. So each emotion has a definite pattern of breath. So if you are stressed, it has a definite pattern of breath. If you are relaxed, the pattern of breath changes. So doing the reverse, changing the pattern of breath, you can attain calm and pleasant state of mind, which everyone wants to be. No one wants to be distressed.
So you basically say that our moods, our experience is a result of the way we breathe.
Breath is affected by our moods. So by affecting the breath, your moods can also be changed.
Some psychologists in the West have thought that our first breath is the most important, because our basic pattern of facing the world is when we come out of our mother and we face the world. And sometimes that's a struggle when the birth is not easy, and sometimes it's easier. Do you agree that that is a very important first moment?
Yeah, children breathe. The first thing they do coming to the world is they take a deep breath in. And then they start crying. But breath, like anything else, changes all the time. We can know something about our breath, some deeper aspects of our breath, so that we feel more strong within ourselves. We don't feel, like I'm powerless, I'm feeling bad, or I'm feeling unpleasant, I'm depressed. You can be master of your feelings if you learn about breath.
Now, some people talk about the breath energy as a chi energy. Is that the same as what you're teaching, that if you place your consciousness of your breath in certain parts of your body, that you change your behavior patterns?
There are a number of techniques. When we want to go to the center of our existence, which is love, we can use number of techniques, many types of meditation, many types of breathing. They'll all be useful. Mm-hmm.
So there is no exclusive way to happiness?
There are many, many ways, but the goal is happiness, right?
Happiness for yourself, but how do we then take care of happiness in the world? There's misery, there is problems in the world.
By doing service. It's not just enough say, okay, I am happy, I'm sitting and meditating, or I do something for myself. It doesn't work. You have to express that love that you are in sharing it with others. And that's why I see these two are complementary, service and your self practice. The more service you do, You gain the merit to settle down, go deep into your heart.
People feel these days that they are, in this global economy, they're powerless, that their good work, their seva, I think you call that, only helps a few people in their environment. How does that help the whole world?
Many people helping a few definitely would affect the whole continent, whole world.
Now, I have maybe a strange question, but you're also a physicist?
I am interested in physics.
Physics. You know a little bit about the ideas of quantum physics?
Yeah.
Now, the
I
modern.
keep updated myself.
Well, I'm a physicist, so one of the things is that now science believes that if there's an observer and an observed, that changes the situation of the observed. That the object, in fact, changes as there is an observer. Now, that observer, we think about a laboratory where you know, or a nuclear testing laboratory where you do that. But what I understand from your breath technique is that you say when you think about the breath, when you think about the oxygen, and if you think about the air, you actually change it.
Absolutely right. You know, this was said long ago, 5,000 years ago in the Indian scriptures, that said, Yatha drishti tata srishti. As you see, that's how the creation happens. Because your sight gives energy to an object. So your vision of it changes also.
So it doesn't have to be a physical view. It is when you put your awareness on.
Right. Because attention is nothing but energy. And energy has the tendency to change everything.
With your exercises, some people claim that they have become more healthier. So what you actually say, that if you give attention to the air you breathe and you kind of process it to your body by your techniques, you empower the air to heal you, or the energy.
Yes, just attention on the physical body and physical aspects itself is effective. Definitely it has its impact.
Now we live in a world where people in the cities live with bad air. And I noticed during your exercises you open the doors and it becomes pretty cold sometimes. Do you think that air quality makes a difference in your life?
Definitely. Air quality makes a difference. Quality of air, pattern of breathing, place, such all this has its own impact.
But would you say it's more healthy to live in the Himalayas than in New York? Yes.
But air changes everywhere. I wouldn't recommend someone to keep breathing, an exhaust fume from a motor car. But of course, place where you can live, you can breathe, you can definitely do some exercise too.
With your exercise, you make more use of the air. Is that a good expression?
Yeah, you can say like that.
You can say like that. If you talk about air quality, we can also talk about the quality of the ether. One of the 5 elements is the ether. And maybe ether has something to do with the electromagnetic radiation. Now, everybody these days has mobile radios and mobile telephones, and there's television all over the place. Does that also impact the quality of our life? Electromagnetic disturbances.
It's irrefutable, it has an impact on life. But how harmful that is has to be proven. That we do not know yet. It does impact our life, but to what extent? Another thing, our body has this enormous adaptability. So if you are used to certain situations, certain magnetic vibrations, electromagnetic field, your body starts adjusting itself to those environment. That's why you don't need to be paranoid or run away to Himalayas or to Alps anyway.
Or to start wearing clothes that are protective or something. But still, you, in your teachings, for instance, with food, you have certain restrictions on food. Certain kinds of foods are, like meat, are less holy, less... What are they? Why don't you eat meat?
We see that our system is made for vegetarian food. Though we don't stop someone from, taking non-veg food, we recommend vegetarian food. That's our main thing. Breathing everyone can do, whether they are vegetarians or non-vegetarians. Personally, I am a vegetarian, and then I feel it very comfortable with, vegetarian food.
But that doesn't have to do with, say, the inherent quality of vegetable food versus meat, for instance.
Scientifically speaking, if there are many evidences how vegetarian food is much more suitable to your system, easily digestible, and that has an impact on your metabolism. So in this sense, we recommend vegetarian food. I think today there is a big movement about it. Most of the scientists and health professionals, they recommend vegetarian food.
Well, that's also, when you talk about health food, everybody in the States seemingly takes 5 pills a day, vitamin this, food supplements, stuff like that. How do you think about that?
I would say that we don't have to go to an extreme about, to be too careful about our health, creates a sort of paranoia. We have to know that our body has the ability to adapt to different situations. And don't make it too delicate. So, then it's the body's own immune system, the resistance system, should be given a chance to function.
That's why you open the doors and make it cold sometimes. To train us. Tell me a little bit, you have a following that follows you because of spiritual reasons, because of your message, which is basically a Vedic message, which is very old. But you also have, say, work in the world. You have a human values foundation. Can you tell me a little bit about it?
Right. Today, after 50 years of human rights, we still feel there is so much violation of human rights. And I thought, without nourishing human values, it's impossible to bring human rights in society. So, we wanted to bring these human values in life, love, compassion, generosity, caring for people, each other, not fighting in the name of religion, race and caste and all these narrow-minded visions. So
maybe that was a message that 2,000 years ago Christ brought, and the Buddha and all those people. Today we have internet. How can we have human values on the internet? How can we have honesty on the internet? It seems like the .com medium, not the .com, but the .com. It's like the medium that it's all hype, all make-believe. You're fighting that. You're a little bit of, people would say you're out of the time.
No, see, it's .com. Now that's what I'm emphasizing. I said just stop and then be calm for a little while.
.com. Well, that's good. .com and .con and .com. That's a good. Yeah. But do you think technology helps people or not?
Definitely. Technology definitely helps people. And see, man does not live just on technology. He needs something more. A human being is looking for some sort of comfort. And comfort doesn't come only by technology. It comes from values. And lack of values will create more chaos and violence in society.
But isn't it a losing battle?
I don't think so.
Read the newspaper. The Prime Minister of Germany was found guilty of, or not guilty yet, but of embezzlement. You read the newspaper, there is fraud, there is corruption all over the place. And then you come with this very nice message, but it seems like...
this, I think the other side is also happening. People are becoming more aware. If there is a famine somewhere, everyone get together, want to help. See, in Kosovo there was problem. So many organizations, including our organization, we sent several volunteers to help people out there. And love, compassion is something that is inseparable from human life. Only thing is it needs to be nourished a little more, nurtured a little more. That's why we say human values need to be brought back. The main objective of human values is to make people aware, first and foremost, they are part of one divinity. Second place, they are human beings. when this comes very strong in them, they don't hold on to their small identity like I am this religion or this race or this culture and kill each other. I mean, it's an enormous task, but more and more people are coming to towards this, they're becoming aware of this fact. They're coming to help us.
So in fact, you do have a positive outlook for this century.
Realistic outlook.
Thank you, Guruji.
Shiva, 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 Shankar.